Alright, so the Lynxy Series is a YouTube series created by Lucas Green. He asked me to talk about both seasons 1 and seasons 2. So this is the first season, and this first season we are talking about the Dark Lord Saga. And there is going to be spoilers, so if you have yet to watch it, I'll put the link in here in the description down below. And so yeah, there you go. So, but summary is this is going to be completely spoiler filled heavy, by the way. So here we go. On a planet called Candolia, many great species lived. The most powerful being was Ace, the defender of the planet, as he held the sacred ring which gave him his incredible powers. One day, a threat came known as Dark Lord. He captured all the warriors with demonic rage. Demon. He then planned to wipe out the Lynxians as he saw them as a threat that could live 9 times. With the aid of General Demon, he killed all but Lynxy and his own Lynxy warrior. Dark Lord fights Ace while Lynxy is put in a let's say aged container. Ace sacrifices himself to imprison Dark Lord. He warns he'd be back, and Ace blows up, allowing his power to pass on to his son. But Lynxy has finished aging and finds the rings and has no idea of his true power. So 15 years later, Lynxy frees Dark Lord from his prison, and our season begins there. After Ace Jr. trains without the ring in his arsenal, Demon finds out Lynxian survived and hates working with one of them again, as he fears their potential, and he is forced to partner up with Lynxian Demon's many failures, losing his horn in the process. Dark Lord makes an army from all 3 villains, including himself. Lynxian Demon. An army is made with the abilities of the 3 Dark Lords shape-shifting, Demon's evil, and Lynxy's fighting skill. Demon's backstory is revealed as a bat who wanted more power, and he made a bargain with the Dark Lord to make his fortress fly, and they partnered up with his soldiers, the Battlers, until the Dark Lord replaced them with the Footling. However, Demon is secretly planning to take over the Empire, waiting for the right time to strike. So Lynxy then goes traitor and teams up with Ace Jr. as she has found out the truth that Dark Lord killed her race, which is really in her mind a lie. And she reveals Dark Lord's weaknesses is 3 orbs. They come together, become fragile, allowing them to destroy the Dark Lord. After Demon tricks Lynxy into getting the orbs, he eventually acquires 2, and Lynxy and Ace get the 3rd demon put together. If the orbs anyway, he'll be rid of Dark Lord, so he allows them to destroy him. However, it is revealed to be a trap, and Ace is captured for Dark Lord to unmask him. Dark Lord reveals this was all Lynxy's plans to prove she could do a better job than Demon could. Ace eventually gets free and plans to defeat Lynxy for her trap with the aid of a mysterious ally. With Lynxy no longer being held it back, she is sent to kill Ace, and before he gets killed, a mysterious character shows up, revealed to be a Lynxian. Everyone is surprised. He reveals himself to be a guardian, Lyn, who is a guardian to keep watch of Lynxy. He tries to tell her the truth, but she doesn't buy it, as the Dark Lord destroyed her family and basically was joke to her as a joke from what she heard last time. After an attack by a chameleon monster sent by Diamond, Lynxy goes back to rethink her thoughts, only to find Lynn killed by Dark Lord. Lynxy, hesitant to leave Dark Lord for killing her own people, shows her his origin. And let me just say, I like the Dark Lord's origin in here. He was a doctor who tried to make inventions, but he wasn't having any luck with his daughter made a cement gun, which actually worked, and he sold the machine. But the machine backfired later, and the people turned against him, allowing an alchemist to drug her to prevent her from dying. He froze her in the amber and saw Ace a threat caused when he scared the people away. A senior had no idea Dark Lord was have fallen into the experiments and cement goo, which warmed his body, and he became the Dark Lord, vowing revenge on Ace and the people for how they were treated, while also seeking ways to cure his daughter. Lynxy, now aware, suggests that they use a device called the fusion cannon to fuse his mind with a scientist's mind to come up with a cure. They put the plan into motion, only to have Demon overhear and use this plan to take over Lynxy's body, as Lynxy is more powerful than him, so with her body, he could easily wipe out Dark Lord. It backfires, and instead, Demon takes Lynxy's body his own. Darkness takes over her body. Athelia, who's an entirely new character and new threat. She destroys Dark Lord's daughter with one Demon's attacks and dethrones him, becoming the new ruler of the Footland Army and the Dark Fortress, which sets up events that will happen later on in Season 2. That is a very large plot, but that plot works well. This first season is awesome. Lucas Green from YouTube, I have to give you credit. You do all this by yourself, and he created this by himself. He does get some inspiration from this, but for the most part, I think this is a pretty cool idea that he came up with. And so honestly, let's just get on to it. The characters of each of these characters, and I have to talk about the characters. And just the way it starts out is pretty cool. And I will label this as the Lynxy Series Season 1, the Dark Lord Saga. So, I have watched all 10 episodes, and I have to say he did a really great job. So, now there is little plot holes in episodes 4 and 6 of Season 1. And it's a little bit of inconsistency going on in just 2 scenes. But for the most part, everything else is good. Now, the plot hole has something to do with Lynxy's tail, and he accidentally did that. But that was just, it's alright. And yes, this season was rushed quite a bit because this was his first season, so it's not his best work, and you could tell Season 1, this is more setting up events for season 2 than overall story. And let's go over the characters. Dark Lord is a great. I know Lucas say is one of his weaker villains, but he is a weaker villain, but I like his motivation and his development. For influence for him, was influenced by the origin of Mr. Freeze and made some changes to him, and his overall design is a reference to Darth Vader. Speaking of that, he created the series to be focused more on the villains and to see their side more, because you normally get heroes in the spotlight. So he wanted to develop the bad guys more, as he felt they were more interesting characters, which I think is a pretty clever idea. And another piece of cleverness for him was Dark Lord's name. His actual real name respelled Dr. Carldo. And some people have complained to Lucas Green about the fact that Dark Lord's daughter wanted her dad to be nice to a Lynxian, and yet he destroys nearly the entire race. His explanation is, one, he views them as a threat as they can live 9 times. And 2, he doesn't want his soldiers to think that he's going soft, which I liked. Therefore, why like Moses, he raised Lynxy, and not only was she the very thing his daughter wanted to see, but also he was in a way a representation of his own daughter. Then in episode 9, when Lynxy falls for Lynn, who's Lynxy's guardian, and he was going to reveal the truth that he killed him, fearing that he will lose his last connection of his daughter in season 1. That was my favorite episode, because that's the big reveal. Again, spoilers, by the way. And now, Dark Lord was being so easily. People have said that. Now, he explained this to me. One, the villain is more sympathetic. He's a more sympathetic bad guy. And it was sad that his daughter was killed by what he thought at the time were Lynxys. The very thing his daughter wanted to see killed her in his own eyes. And then when with season 2, which I'll get to soon, involving Dark Lord, something you may or may not have noticed if people who's watched it on his channel, that Delilah used Dark Lord's own daughter's body as a skeleton soldier in episodes 2 and 3. And the dog was dark. I went into this without knowing, but the dog is actually Dark Lord before it was revealed. And he chose to remain a dog to indicate he was a natural enemy of Delilah. Then he asks Lynxy to go with him, and she forgives him for what he did, but goes on her own path, so Dark Lord is still around, but he's clearly no longer a threat. And he's more developed than he thought, but season 2 helps develop the characters that were weaker in season 1, which I'll get to. Lynxy herself is my favorite character in this little series he created. She starts off light as Moses, like character, born from one family, raised into evil. And in the first season, Lynxy, we find her as a hench girl. And she's a cool hench girl. And her first orders was to serve Demon. And these two butt heads argue all the time. Demon is quick to anger to fight Lynxy, and he's smart and he holds it back. But Lynxy's first plan was to trick the heroes into gaining his trust and bringing him to Dark Lord after Demon's many failures. And she kind of fooled me in that. The plan overall was greatly mentioned that she could create a better plan they used of betrayal to reveal that Demon Lane is planning to take over, while also using it to fool the audience that Lynxy was a traitor and the only one who didn't want demons, hence why he still acted against her. But the funny thing is, Dark Lord told Lynxy the truth as a lie for her plan. So when she said Dark Lord killed my people, he told her that is a lie, because at the time, to her, it was so much a lie, it was laughable when we actually know it was the truth. That was clever planning on Dark Lord's part, I have to admit that. But in the end, she's fused with Demon, they become Delilah, and she gets free and now anti-hero. And let's not forget, she holds the superhero's power ring on her tail, which is his own little story. Now, Demon is great. I don't have a least favorite character with this little series he's created. Demon is the one who actually destroyed the Lynxians. When you first see the guy in episode 1, you know something is off about him. His first act is killing the Lynxians and the Lynxians' mother, which makes him laugh, closing his eyes, allowing Lynxy to live. Then he's partnered with her, which means it's meant to be for comedy. My favorite joke was the one joke with the clipboard that was pretty funny. But eventually he snaps and plans to fight personally, and to be honest, as bad as the villain he is, he gets so close to killing. He gets so close to killing characters at times, only to be teleported away. And he did reveal Dark Lord was alive, allowing Ace to be more focused on him, and he captures the warriors on Candoya into cards and uses them as mind control monsters. That was a great reveal. And he is the one who made Dark Lord's fortress by asking for more power to alter his bat form, as Lynxy called it, Demi-Demon. And when episode 5 comes around, you probably know who the trailer is going to be, but Lynxy traded her stuff. That caught me off guard, and Demon planned his treachery by swiping up the fusion cannon for himself, and since Demon does understand how it works, how he fires it, Delilah shows up instead. And when they got rid of Dark Lord, that's pretty awesome. We don't see Demon but you see bits of him in season 2, and then it's revealed in that finale that when he killed himself for more power, it was a sign to servant in hell that he was worthy of great power, and he gets transformed to what sounds like a much more dangerous threat. Delilah was pretty cool. She is the best villain so far. Her plan, her motivation, her development, and the fact that season 2 focuses on even more. And you think that must have saddened you. It did sadden you when, even though you love the character, you know she's not going to exist forever as you watch this character grow. And Delilah is the fusion of Demon on Lynxy put together with Lynxy's personality and Demon's wicked ways. And that was written, and that was pretty cool. The hardest thing for Lucas Green to do in that season was when you're, and it can be challenging for any writer, when you're doing a character who has fused you who is blended. You don't want to overdo one side. You have to balance it out, and I think he did that right. And in the first few episodes, 5 episodes, she has no desire to go after Ace, as she believes Ace is more powerful than she is. And she has Demon's powers, of course, but she doesn't know this, and she also has the ring. Even when it looks like she's doing something bad, it's only for her own personal gain of living life for fun. Like when put Ace in the Coliseum just so she could make a paddling pool. Her only two weaknesses: one, she's cocky, so she underestimates her opponents, and she has these weird visions of Lynxy and Demon. The visions were well handled. My favorite moment, of course, is when Lynxy asked her birthday, when her birthday, if she had nothing to say. I mind you, those weren't actually the characters. That was just aura energy used to talk without them knowing. And that's when Demon's personality takes over in the 5th episode, ending with a Be Prepared song to build Delilah up. Then Delilah wants this book to unlock the Lynxian's true power. Instead of waiting on her minions, she actually gets in there herself and wounds Panther after he kills the monster of that episode. And then she uses them as noble sound to get the archive book, which is something I really liked. And Panther's attack is leveraged to get the book, only of course she has no desire to anyway. There's a lot of references that he likes to put in. But Delilah reveals herself to Ace that the Lynxians wiped out the humans apart from the remaining rebels. She then reveals that the Lynxian's true power is a form that resembles a human form, which makes sense why they destroyed them. Did the twist of the Lynxian's true power surprise that the twist of the true power of the Lynxians surprised me a lot, and the powered up form with her and her masks and without her mask is great. And he pulled a Dragon Ball Z reference, which is pretty awesome. Her tail is tucked in, and instead of creature turns into human, and the form does look threatening with or without the mask. Now Panther is pretty cool. He's decent. He's an example of foot soldiers questioning their leaders' changes. Episodes 2 to 4, he was a villain questioning Delilah and voiced by a different person until episode 6. Now, Delilah is being a fusion of Demon and Lynxy, since Lynxy secretly loves Lynn, and Ace doesn't. We are used to him and Delilah as nothing more than a romantic object of muscle, but on. Now, the voice acting by Lucas Green is really good. Panther's whole message with him sacrificing himself for others, doing things for the greater good, all of that I thought he was one of the better side characters developed. Ace was pretty good too. When you first watched this, you probably thought you think he's gonna be the main character, as these first 2 seasons. But as we progress in this first season, he's not the main character. He's the son of Ace Sr., who died sacrificing himself trying to stop Dark Lord. Therefore, it shows how Ace Jr. got that message. He couldn't find the ring Lynxy has, so he trains 15 years behind the people's back to cover the fact Ace Sr. is dead and to destroy the bad. I love all the backstories for all these characters. It's well developed. And last but not least, I have to talk. Yeah, he's good comic relief too. He's a great comic relief. And and he's doing everything in his power to stop Lynxy from coming back, as he knows that she poses a threat. Now Lynn is just a minor character who's there for exposition and muscle, and he's also Lynxy's love interest. And the show knows this and doesn't focus on it. We leave it up to the shippers and leave it up to the play to love, mostly for laughs and still the reveal. So you basically leave it up to your interpretation. But the footlands and the monsters are pretty cool, and it pays off pretty well. You can enjoy it, you can laugh at it, not take it too seriously, still have fun with it. And we will see what happens next. And season 2 is even better. So, and he is Lucas Green. Big shout out to him again. He is working on season 3. So, I can't wait to see how that develops over the course. And I can't wait to talk about more awesomeness there. So this is a long review because this is spoiler filled. You've been warned. So the Lynxy Series, Season 1, the Dark Lord Saga, is great. I have to give this movie, I gotta give this first episode, first season, in Epictastic. The only problems I had is some of the continuity with Lynxy's tale, and yes, some of the exposition does get a little slow, but this is the first season and it's setting stuff up. So please be account when you watch this. So let me know what you guys think of season 1. If you have seen it down below, do you like it? Do you not like it? I will see you guys for season 2. And this Future Filmmaker 3940 signing out, and you guys keep it cool.